with school supplies, and there's more coming in, and then there's a whole lot of stuff downstairs and plastic bags getting ready to go to Myrtle Beach High School. Yeah, for some kids over there who are right now without homes, and they need some extra support. So we have, as one of our biggest outreaches, a big place in our heart to help kids who are homeless at Myrtle Beach High School. They want to get their education, and they want to go to school, and they want to graduate. So here's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to bless all these book bags, so that whoever gets them will feel our blessings. And these are some special words. Can you read that, Miss Lynn?
Understanding.
Understanding. Would you please put that in? I already unzipped it for you. All right, I thought I did. There you go. Put it right in there. And we're going to say, we love you and bless you. Put that bag over there. Here we go. Here's one more. Michael, you want to do the next one? Let's see which one you got. That one? That says love. You want to put that in there? And as we put these in here, Lynn, you want to bring these bags on up here for me? And as we put these in here, we're going to bless these kids who are going to get these bags. You want to put one in? That one says strength. Strength. You read that. You want to come over here and put it in? Yeah. We're blessing these kids with these stones, but we're also, here, who else wants to do one? That one says faith. You want to come over here and Luna will show you which one to put it in. She's our new assistant. Okay. You know what it says? Let's see. That's close. Let me see. Oh, you know it's backwards. That's right. It looks like another language, doesn't it? Now.
Imagination.
There you go. A whole service around that. Sometimes we're looking at stuff backwards. Okay, now who else wants to put the next one in? We've only got a few more to go. Okay, Jacob, you want to put this one in, darling? That one says strength. Okay, Miss Lynn, I'll show you where to put it. And Miss Lynn, I'm going to ask you to put the rest of the stones in the ones remaining. Because these kids are working very hard, so we want to keep them in our heart, we want to keep them in our prayers, and we want to bless them. And we're going to bless these backpacks with our blessing for the children, just like we bless all of you children every Sunday. So let's come over here and put our blessing hands towards these bags, okay? And these bags are going to be delivered tomorrow to Hope House, and they're going to go with our blessing. So here we go, everybody together. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you, and we love you exactly the way you are. Now come on over here, please. Come on over here. Stand up right here. Stand up so all these people can see you. Now you're going to bless them. So we're going to hold out our hands and our hearts, and with our words, we're going to bless all these people out here. Because look, I'm looking out here and I see some hearts that are really wanting to be hugged by your blessings. That's what blessings are. They hug us, right? So here we go. Michael, you ready?
Yeah.
Luna, you ready, darling? Here we go. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you, and we love you exactly the way you are. Okay, y'all. Having a time with Mr. Allison and Miss Danielle. Gonna be fun. Okay, we want to right now welcome any newcomers who are here for the first time, or anybody who's... You need one more? Okay. We'll find it. Here, okay, we'll get it in a little while. And so naturally I said, let's do that tomorrow. So y'all take a deep breath and be blessed. have a Marvin Gaye song. So we take another deep breath, and we do. How often do we ask that question in one way or another? With one more thing that happens in our lives or in the world events, circumstances, people next door in our community. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? And so, in places like this, we deepen into the bigger answer. We deepen into the God perspective. And what's going on is that we're waking up. And waking up is like birth. And birth can seem messy. There can be tears, anguish, screams. Many of us in our lives ask, what is going on? What is this? And so we continue to take our deep breaths and open to the bigger answer. We are waking up. We're remembering who and what we are. This is our one quest. Wake up, be present, pay attention, be love, give love, receive love. Someone said to me last night that they feel pain in their body when they're in judgment. And all of us in this room have some pains going on. And we don't have it. And so if you feel it's because of judgment, we're judging something that doesn't seem right. We judge something as being fearful. We judge something as not being good enough or right enough. I do it, don't you? So let's take another deep breath and let the judgment just move out of us. Stop judging if it's right or wrong, good or bad, enough. I want to be in a place of faith. I want to be in a place where I remember what I am and who I am. And that's what this revival has been about. And that's what our daily word is about today. And the affirmation is so powerful. I am open to divine mind and I live a fulfilling life. Full, overflowing. As my friend used to say, my cup's running over and I'm drinking from the saucer. I'm drinking from the saucer. So, if you still know what a saucer is. So, let's say this together. I open to divine mind and I live a fulfilling life. And in our daily word, divine mind is the field of infinite potential. That's what we were talking about this morning in Sunday Morning Circle. Divine mind, one presence, God, Spirit, is the field of infinite potential. It is all good, everywhere present. It is the source of all that is. Divine mind is God, and God lives in me. Through the power of divine mind, I find the fulfillment of every need, health in mind and body, prosperity to live with ease and comfort, the love of family and friends, peace in my relationships, and harmony in my community. Today, I open my heart and mind to greater understanding. All I need to know is that there is a place within my soul where I can consciously meet God as divine mind and receive a flood of new life, love, and power. Revival. It's already in you. God is the fulfillment of every need. As I grow in understanding, I am fulfilled. And from the Psalms, may God grant our heart's desires and fulfill our divine plans. So let's say this affirmation one more time. Together, I open to divine mind and I live a fulfilling life. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to the masters of the word and music, and we're going to move into our meditation song.
Come away, my beloved. Sit with me for a while. Come away, my beloved. I'll teach you how to smile. Come away, my beloved. I My presence is near. There is nothing I require from you. Nowhere to go, and nothing you must do. I just want to be with you. Let's play it now. Come away, my beloved. Let go of your feet. Come away, my beloved. Let your mind be free. Come away, my beloved. Listen to my voice. Come away, my beloved. Let this be your joy. There is nothing I require from you. Nowhere to go, and nothing you must do. I just want to be with you. There's nothing. There is nothing I require from you. Nowhere to go, and nothing you must do. I just want to be with you. You're my beloved, my beloved.
Come away, my beloved. Come away from the cares and concerns of the world. Come away from the trials and the tribulations, from anything that you've been experiencing this week that pulls you out of the awareness of that living, loving presence of God that is always with you. This is our time of prayer and meditation. Time that we have carved out together to know our oneness with God and our oneness with each other. So I invite you, if you haven't already, to allow your eyes to close. Today, take a deep breath directly into your heart. And to know that wherever you are in your spiritual journey this morning, you're okay, you're all right. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, it's okay. Because underneath all that is this great, mysterious I am presence that is always there, the ground of all being. It's like a safety net. It's always waiting. So we breathe deeply, consciously, easily. And we ground ourselves in this moment. this time here, where we are invited to relax, to release, to let go, and to just be who we are, how we are, right now, in this moment. So feel this living, loving Spirit fall down around you this morning, moving over you from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, flowing over through you. And feel a peace that passes all understanding begin to rise up, to well up from within you. From that well of living water that never runs dry, we come, beloved, to drink this morning, to drink of the healing waters of the Spirit, to spend time together now in the stillness, in the silence, in the peace.
Come away, my beloved. Listen to my voice. Come away, my beloved. Let this be your choice. There's nothing I require from you. Nowhere to go. Nothing you must do. But I just want to be with you. My beloved. My beloved, my beloved.
So take another deep breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit. When you're ready, allow your eyes to open. Here in this place with gratitude for this time together, appreciation for the love and the light that we're sharing this morning. Can you feel it? Oh my God. Spirit is in the house this morning. Yeah. I am Reverend Dale Worley. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, David. Thank you. We are so grateful. I know that I am speaking on behalf of my brothers, James King and Kyle Shiver, when I say we truly appreciate the support that we have felt from all of you. Man, we're staying in a beautiful condo right on the beach. We've had some really good food. We've had this wonderful time of getting to do what we love to do more than anything else in the world. Play music and be together and be in the Spirit, talk about God and feel God's presence. So thank you for supporting us in our joy. When am I coming back? We're all over. We're like God. We're everywhere present. We're always here.
And they'll be on the website tomorrow.
All right, we're on the website too. Yeah, that internet's something else. We're all over the place. James was telling me the other day they live stream at his church, and they had 150 people from Indonesia and all different kind of places all over the world. So we have a message that the world is ready to hear. Amen?
Amen.
We have something going on here that can transform the consciousness of the planet. I believe that. I know it because it's transformed my life. I am a different person today than I was. I'm not going to say how many years ago when I first moved into Unity Church. Little Unity Church on the mountain in Huntsville, Alabama. And I like to say that they loved me until I could learn to love myself.
Amen.
And don't you feel love when you come into a Unity Church? You know, we have these little forms that we ask new people to fill out in Savannah when they come to our church for the first time. And everybody says, it's like, what was your first impression? What was your favorite thing about the church? The love. We felt so well. So I'm feeling it so powerfully this morning that I just might crack open. So I invite you to crack wide open with me, because I am in love with universal energy and all of its universal expression.
Amen.
I am in love with universal energy and all of its universal expressions. Let's say that together. I am in love with universal energy and all of its universal expressions. So what that means is that I don't have to be attached to the form. Okay? Imagine that there's this black night sky and there's a big light behind it. It's like there's a big black blanket and there's a brilliant light behind it. We're going to say that's God. And in that blanket, there's lots of little pinholes that the light shines through. And all those holes are us. So when you go out at night and you look at the sky over the beach, you can imagine every one of those little dots is a person, is a universal expression of God. Now, there was a time in my life that I felt that I had to get all of God's light through one little peephole. You're it! Come with me. I gotcha. Right? And so what I've learned from being in unity, there's only one presence and one power, and that power is love. And we are all expressions of that presence. So I can be in love with the whole world.
Amen.
I can be in love with every one of y'all. Right? No attachment to form whatsoever, because guess what? That's always changing. The outside is always changing. This is the effect. And if I put my faith in the effect, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not going to like the way my ducks are lining up because they keep moving on me. I finally get everybody just right and it takes off over there. Right? But if I put my faith in that universal energy that is within me and within everybody here, then I am standing on the rock.
Yes.
The solid rock of the ground of all being, I like to call it. It's like this big safety net, and it's always there, and it's waiting for our attention. It is love. Don't ever think that God doesn't love you, because God is more than a being that loves. God is love itself. And in that love, how can there be any hate, anger, punishment, resentment? Perfect love casts out all fear. Amen?
Amen.
So how can there be any fear in God? And if God is everywhere present all the time, then there's nothing but love, right? And so I can be in love with you and you and you. I can be in love with everything that God brings me, everything that comes my way, and call it good. Because that's what I get to do. I get to name it. I get to decide what it is. Whatever shows up in front of me, I get to name it. I get to say, I get to judge it. We were talking earlier. The story of Adam and Eve. In the beginning of the Bible, Adam and Eve ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now before that, everything was good. It's all good. We're walking around in the garden. God shows up, hey, naked. Having a good time. It's all good. And then, here comes that little snake, right? Okay, tempting Eve with an apple. Now, we look at things metaphysically in unity. This is the thing that I love about unity so much, is I get to reframe and reclaim what I was brought up. So the snake represents sense consciousness. It's all these things in the outer world that are claiming our attention. Ooh, look at that one over there. Ain't you looking good? Right? Oh, look at that pile of money over there. Oh, look at that person driving that big fancy car. I wish I had one of those. Oh, I'm staying in a condo on the beach. I really like my condo. Right? So we get all caught up in that, and then we forget about the one presence and the one power that's always hanging around. And I put my faith in the effect rather than the cause. But when I stay focused on the one presence and the one power, which is love, life, and the ground of all being, then I am standing on the rock. Then I am solid. Then my faith is strong. I cannot be moved. No matter what goes on around me, I am centered in my awareness of the God presence that I am, that's everywhere present all the time.
Woo.
Yes, thank you. I'm not going to show the video.
Okay.
Thank you for that, though. They went through all this trouble to try to get this video to work, and now I'm not going to show it.
That's okay, they're not attached.
Thank you. We're not attached to the outcome, because I got this little design that I've been working on. Now, most of the stuff that I do at church, I just steal from other people. I go to another church, and I go, wow, Margaret really said something fantastic last Sunday. I'm going to borrow that next time I speak. But this is something that's kind of been percolating inside of me for a while. I wanted to share it with you. So I hope everybody can see this clipboard here. Yes? Yeah. Okay, good. So, universal energy. I started out by telling y'all I'm in love with universal energy, because universal energy is love. Right? So imagine that this is universal energy, these little dots, and this is you. That's kind of my attempt at a unisex figure there. So anyway, right? So we know that we are all individualized expression of universal energy. And I don't even want to call it God, because when I say God, it might bring up something for you that we don't want to dive into this morning. It's called embedded theology. The word God has a lot of emotional hooks. So guess what? You get to name it, you get to claim it, just like Adam and Eve in the garden when they ate off the tree. They started judging things. This is right and this is wrong. And then they got kicked out. They didn't really get kicked out. They kicked themselves out, is the thing. It's like when we start focusing on, well, this one is bad and this one is good. Well, this happened and that was bad, and this happened and this was good. And we start sorting and labeling, then we're moving out of our awareness of the Garden of Eden, of that God presence. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. When I'm focused on right and wrong, good and bad, hot and cold, I'm living in the realm of duality. But when I'm focused on God, I'm focused on the one presence. There's only one presence. One presence, right? And you can call it, you get to call it whatever you want to. Because you're making this up. We're all making this up. Okay? You are the Jesus Christ of your universe.
Ooh.
Right? Okay? Let's really tell it this morning. You are the Jesus Christ of your universe. You get to make it up the way that you want it to be. Okay? So I'm learning to respond to circumstances rather than to react.
Amen.
Because when I react from them, I'm reacting from my conditioning. I'm reacting from something that my mama told me, or the preacher told me, or the principal told me, or my boss told me. Okay? But when I'm responding, I'm poised, I'm centered, I'm grounded in the Christ mind that I am. And I'm coming from love, because I'm in the realization, I'm in the garden, I'm in the knowing that love. So you can call this universal energy, you can call it love, you can call it the flying spaghetti monster. I don't care. Whatever works for you. So this morning I'm going to call it universal energy. And that's what everybody really is. Because think about this. In the beginning of time, there was only God, right?
Right.
Nothing else. Everywhere present all the time. So when God made everything, what was there to make it out of?
God.
God. There isn't anything else, right? So we're made out of God. We're made in the image and likeness of God. And so this here is our soul. This is our spirit. This is our soul. Now our soul, the Fillmores, our co-founders, they describe that as our thoughts and our feelings. The law of mind action, the third unity principle states thoughts plus feeling equal outcome. So when I hold a dominant thought and I charge it with a feeling, I'm going to have that experience. So if I'm constantly thinking, I don't have any money, I'm poor, I've always been poor, my mom and daddy were poor, their mom and daddy was poor, y'all was going to be poor, just get over it. And I say that all the time to myself, and then I have that feeling that goes along. Then that's the experience of life I'm going to have. I'm going to name everything poor. See, it happened again. That just proves it. This happens every time, right? However, I could say I'm in love with universal energy and all its universal expressions.
Ooh.
And I can charge it up with the love that we're feeling in the room today. And then the rest of this day, you know what I'm going to feel?
Love.
Love. All day long. I'm going to go to the restaurant. The waitress is going to go, "Ooh, you're looking good today." What would you like? I'm going to go to the convenience store and I'm going to get my favorite brand of cigars for $3.50. Instead of $10. What's happiness? Thoughts plus feeling equals outcome. So our soul are our thoughts and our feelings. So this is the container that we make to shape the universal energy. Our thoughts, our feelings, our consciousness are the container that we use to shape the universal energy that we are. We use our faith and imagination, 2 of our 12 powers, to shape and mold the one invisible substance, which is the universal energy, which is God, which is what everything is made out of. Everything is made twice. It starts in the mind, and then it's in the relative realm. You always have the mental creation that comes before the physical creation. So this is how we are all created. Now you don't have to know nothing about unity principles in order to do this, because guess what? You're doing it right now. You're doing it all the time, every day. We are powerful co-creators. We're creators. You know, I want to throw out that co-creator thing. Because if I'm made in the image and likeness of God, and God is a creator, then I'm a creator. I'm the Jesus Christ of my universe. I am creating everything that's happening. In consciousness, it's about consciousness. So I get to name it using my thoughts and my feelings. Now, there are some people that you go to, and you just, don't you feel good around them? You know, when I hang out with James and Kyle, we were on the balcony last night by the water. We solved all the world's problems in about an hour and a half. It's feeling good. It's feeling really good. And it's because when you get to this point where this layer is more identified with this than with the outer, it becomes more like that, so it becomes more transparent. So our thoughts and our feelings are the perceiving power that we have to either look within at the spirit that we are, or to look without into the world. We can eat that tree and look outside, or we can stay in the garden and look within. So when we're focused on this universal energy, this little partition that we've made between us and all that is gets really, really thin. And then we get to behold Christ in each other. Now here's the other. God is a living, loving spirit that is within us and all around God is in here, but God is out there too. God is everywhere. Because there's the individualized expression of God that I am, but then there's the allness of God. Okay, I'm not saying that I created the sun and the moon and all the galaxies and everything, but I'm creating my experience of it. I have my little domain that I am in charge of, and it's inside of me. It's my consciousness. But outside, oh my God, there's all of this stuff. God is amazing. Am I looking for it? You know, if I'm identified with this within me, if I'm spending time in the silence, if I'm spending time with other people that are studying and practicing unity truth principles, then I'm going to see it in the world around me. And this partition is going to get thin. But if I'm caught up in that dirty so-and-so done me wrong, I can't believe they had to act and treat me that way, and life is never going to change, and I might as well just then that gets thicker and thicker and thicker, right? Because we're not identified with this, we're identified with our ego. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that this is bad. It just is what it is, and we get to use it however we want to do. So, I want to use mine to focus on this. Now, here's the other thing. This is really fun. There's all these other people around here, and they got all these little containers of spirit too, right? Everybody else is running around out here. Oh, hey, this one might be, here's a Eckhart Tolle. Here's Rush Limbaugh. They're not bad or good, they just are. But you just can't see it in Rush. It's like, I know you're in there. So what happens is we meet people on the street, and sometimes this bumps up against this, right? And so we got conflict. And that's all it is. It's just personalities and beliefs, and I want this, and I'm not getting treated the way I should. You know, but my friend Harold, that was a mentor, spiritual mentor of mine, he used to say, you know, it's kind of like two rough rocks rubbing the corners of each other smooth. You put them in a tumbler and bounce them around a little bit, and everything comes out smooth. You know, we start to wear this away. So our practice, our call, because we know this.
Yes, we do.
Yes, do we not know it?
We know it.
This. Okay, is to tell other people and to practice it ourselves. To come from this place of like, I want to be identified with this universal energy and I want to look for it in everybody that I see. I don't want to mess with this. I don't like the way that feels. I don't like that experience. I want to be in here. Mm-hmm. I want to behold the Christ that you are, and I want to show you the Christ that I am. By doing that, one person, one heart at a time, we are going to change the planet.
Amen.
Rumi is one of my favorite poets. Any Rumi fans
Yep.
in the house? Okay, Rumi says that our job is not to seek and find love, because that would be kind of stupid since it's everywhere present all the time, right? It's to remove the barriers within us that are blocking us from the love. So our job is just to keep peeling these layers of personality off until the Christ that we are shines through beautifully. And this morning, I see it so beautifully in each and every one of you, and I'm calling it forward.
Woo! You got it.
All right, so we're really grateful to be here this morning. I've had this idea for a new thought revival as well as my friends for a long time, and we finally got to do it. This is the first one, so we're going to take this show on the road. And I hope we can see you all at Kanika, which is going to be a lot of fun. And James had a little something he wanted to say before we close today.
Wow, that's great. We'll take thank you for your hospitality, for your love, for your appreciation, for your joy, for being a beautiful expression of the divine Christ presence in the world. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you to Margaret, Reverend Margaret. She's one of the top ministers in the country.
Yes, she is.
I know she gives up her heart, she shares, and she loves this church. She loves you so much.
Yes, she does. We love her. And we
Always
do too.
on her mind, in her thoughts, and her prayers. And as a minister of a church, it's so easy for folks sometimes to not realize what they have.
Really?
You know what I mean?
We love
You've
Barbara.
got something really special.
Yes, we
And it's
do.
important to give those words of appreciation, and to share and support, and give her plenty of vacation time.
And a raise.
Raise. Yeah, I remember one time I asked our board I asked for a raise. So they brought in a ladder. Just kidding. Anyway, I just want to say this is a wonderful place, and you've got something really good here. And I believe with all my heart this place is going to expand and grow.
Amen.
And it won't be very long. This won't be big. Okay? Can you hold that vision? Well, thanks for having
when we stand back up, I think that'll be last time. So, Reverend Dale, do you remember how many years ago I started saying to you, let's have a revival?
25.
I'm so glad that what Spirit put in your heart, Spirit put in a lot of our hearts.
One mind.
I know that I, from time to time, need revival, don't you?
Yes.
And this is one of the ways we do it. Thank you guys for being here. You took time off from your churches, and you took time off from your lives, your children, your family, your community, and you came here to be with us. Thank you so much. So we are now going to be going out into the world, and this week somebody's going to ask you a question. And it's going to come in different forms, but the basic idea of the question is going to be this. What's going on? One more event in the world. One more thing, one more circumstance, one more news report, one more CNN report. And somebody's going to say to you, what's going on? And you're going to say, we're waking up. We're waking up.
Yeah.
So let's say it together. I am waking up.
I am waking up.
Amen. Okay, so here in this place, in this building that we call Unity Church, we are holding a consciousness, we're practicing this consciousness, and we want to be healthy and thriving, and that's part of what this revival is for, to help us to thrive. First, knowing who we are, knowing that Spirit is within us, and so we also want to pay the bills. We also want to keep this place healthy. So we invite you, when you give your tithes, when you give your donations, that you give it with blessing, that you give it with the vision that we are the one present in expression. So these two beautiful ones are going to carry these heavy, heavy golden offering receptacles around while we have one more song. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to do a blessing. So let's all, this is a hand mudra. And when we say this, I am life flowing through me, blessing these gifts to radiate peace. Let's do it like we mean it. All together, I am life flowing through me, blessing these gifts to radiate peace. Okay, y'all knock us aloud one more time.
Oh,
This is
yes.
what Georgia calls singing.
Yes.
offering. We just want to give thanks to all of you who gave. And darling, I'm going to hold this for you while you pick a ticket to see who got half scholarship for Tanuga. Oh, mix them up. There, widow. Okay, now take that to Miss Carol, and she's going to read it for you right now. Joanna Adams has a scholarship. Okay, now this has been a great revival. We're going to do our prayer for protection, and then I'm going to ask the boys and girls to lead us out one more time with that chocolate with that water. As we love on each other, we hug on each other. The prayer for protection is on the screen, and this is a prayer. This is a prayer for all of us in this circle, and it's a prayer for all that we're holding in our heart. And as we just saw from Dale, that heart is the entire universe and universes we don't even know about yet. So as we say this, know that you are the creator. You are the one you've been waiting for. All together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us.